Okay, so hey guys, good evening, and welcome to Bitcoin Beer and Bit Stories, September edition. So for tonight, the topic is trading. We have an exciting panel for you, an exciting set of moderators for you. The sponsors are great. The pitchers, the people pitching, they're going to be great. So we have a packed night for you guys. Again, please settle down, whoever's there, and feel free to get to buy coffee from Cafe 1475. You may use the stub that you got from the front office to claim your free drink, whether it be soda, bottled water, and beer, my personal favorite. But yeah, so Ara, can you start playing the video? Thank you. Draper Startup House Manila. I'm Cholo Puno, and I'll be your host for tonight. And for those of you who's been here, I see a lot of familiar faces. For those of you who are new here, I just like to talk about Draper Startup House for a bit. So DSH Manila, we're a co-working space, an event space, a venture capital, and believe it or not, we're a hotel also. We have some rooms here, fourth, fifth, seventh floor, and yeah, so Draper Startup House, we wear a lot of hats, and but we stick to one goal. We aim to connect, inspire, and empower entrepreneurs in our space by hosting community events such as this. It's actually our goal to enable 1 million entrepreneurs by 2030, and I'm happy that you guys are a part of it. And Draper Startup House Manila, for those who are asking, it's actually founded by, at least the Manila branch is founded by Christian Munoz. For those people who are asking where he is, he's not here, but due to good news, he finally had a baby today. So, like, next time. So, yeah, baby Noah. One day pa lang, entrepreneur na agad. May NFT na agad yan. So, yeah, so, when you see Christian next time, congratulate him. Yeah, so again, welcome to Bitcoin Beer and Bitstories. If you want to participate, we will have a segment wherein teams from all over the world will pitch their company, their business, whatnot. And if you want to join the next BBB, I believe it's in October 27. Yeah, October 27. Please just scan this and or just take a screenshot of it. If you know anyone who wants to pitch next time, just send them the screenshot, whatnot, and yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Yeah. So, umaasenso na ang Draper Startup House Manila. So we're actually going to give away ticket to Next Block Expo. It is the biggest Web3 event in Europe. It's happening November 23 to 24. Um, the ticket is worth $300, so we're gonna give away one free ticket. Sorry, hindi kasama yung plane ticket doon. Masyado mahal. Wala pa kami doon. Wala pa kami doon. But then, yeah, one step at a time, we're gonna give away one free ticket first. Yeah, so um, the mechanics to apply for it, to apply for the ticket, you have to scan it, and essentially, you have to be a speaker or you have to pitch here at Draper. Or you could just apply. We do screen teams who want to pitch. So as long as you just apply, you'll you'll be part of the list, the pool of people who win this ticket. So yeah, next block expo. I'll try to be there. Sponsor ng Draper. Joke lang. But okay, so next one. We'd like to invite you to Web3PH Summit, October 29 to 28 to 29. Basically, Web3PH Summit, um, it's a it's an event wherein we invite startups, founders, investors um, to be part of one community and then just network with one another. So yes, I'd like to invite you to scan this QR code. It directs you to their Twitter, and you'll have more news and updates there. It's gonna be fun. October 28 to 29. I will surely attend kasi syempre, dito siya. Okay. So, by the way, guys, we have a flash sale going on. It is bare months. So, the Draper team, we all have sleep, but our livers are being filled because of Oktoberfest and everything. And yeah, so if you're going out here in Poblacion or if you're flying in, we do have a discount on our rooms, as I mentioned. Draper is also a hotel, believe it or not. And yeah, so if you can take a look at our prices, it's right there. But also, you could just scan the QR code just to see which rooms are available. And then, yeah, it's running until tomorrow. So, sorry, if you guys are gonna party tonight, but book a room with us. Hi, sorry. You can also scan ang daming QR code, guys. I'm so sorry. But yes, so we do this every Bitcoin during Bitstories. We have a POAP. So if you scan this, you can claim your POAP, collect it, and yeah, there's gonna be POAPs every event. So hope you get to collect them all, and then you will win some prizes or claim some prizes actually. That's it. Again, our official media partner is BitPinas, and I'd like to invite to the stage our dear, dear friend, Michael Muscos. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Solot, and thank you, Draper, again for having us sa Bitpinas. So, Bitpinas.com, we are a news publication since 2017. We have been covering events and all the things that are happening in crypto and blockchain here in the Philippines, and especially last year where we expanded our coverage to free to earn and NFTs and all these new technologies, Web3 and all. The space has really changed a lot since 2017. And we try to make sure to cover everything that is happening, especially like now, for example, there are a couple of events that are happening sometimes on the same day. So we try to be there and cover it as much as possible. And as of late, we have this new verticals in Bitcoin. So if you are you want to go to some crypto meetups, Web3 meetups, we have this particular page in Bitcoin, um, pinas.com/events. You can go there and find events you want to go and then meron din siyang like you click a button there and then it will add to your own Google calendar. So may ganun na rin siya. And then we also have a job section. So if your company has a job opening, just let us know. And our focus still this October is that we continue to get to know more about the community and the companies that are building so that we can publish them on our website. So ayun lang, please look forward to all of the things that are happening. Please follow our Facebook page, facebook.com/bitpinas, and our website, bitpinas.com. So,
All right, thanks, Michael, and see you next one, next BBB. We're definitely gonna drink later. So like I said, umaasenso na nga ang Draper Startup House Manila. And finally, we have a official sponsor. I'd like to invite our dear friend Alex Wong to talk about Alibaba Cloud.
Sure, sure. So my name is Alex Wong, and I am the business development manager from Alibaba Cloud team. And I would like to firstly thank you, the Draper Startup House, and also Christian and all his team that built such a good event for all the Web3 community and all the and invites this a lot of the local staff founder and also the provider like us that we find the opportunity to all together in this event. And actually, this is the second time Alibaba Cloud team we hosted the event in Draper Startup House in this place. Last time we also host over Alibaba Cloud Day, and that was also a very successful event that we did this year. And that's also the reason we met Christian and all his team, and we also know from him that he also arranged the Web3 community activity, the BBB activity here, and also in the Web3 section is also one of the very important sector today at Alibaba Cloud. We are trying to involve, participate, and support in here. So when we know this event, we definitely decided to to participate and become sponsored and want to, in some way, to support the local startup founders, no matter it's from Web3 or Web2. Okay, so today we will use this time. Thank you again for the Draper Startup House. Give us this time that we could show this presentation to you guys. Okay. So basically today we will introduce two parts. One is about Alibaba Cloud Platform. Another is how Alibaba Group that use our resource to help the local companies and startups. Okay. So this is one quick introduction about the Alibaba Group. Actually, you may know that Alibaba Cloud, we are one business unit under the entire group, which is Alibaba Group. And here's also we are showing over group vision. It's to make it easy to do business anywhere. And here is also we are showing the annual GMV and also over the annual consumer at the end of last year. And also in here we are showing all our business units under the entire group. You may be more familiar with Lazada and also AliExpress. They are our international e-commerce platform. And also Gcash. Gcash is one of our joint venture company. We had made this in 2019. Today it's already become a very popular e-wallet and financial services provider in the market. And at the end, in the bottom side, you will find that the Alibaba Cloud is here. We put it in there because that we want to tell our customer partner that today Alibaba Group, the entire group is an all-in cloud company. So today all the entire group are running on Alibaba Cloud. Okay. So here is also we are showing our market share and our position. Alibaba Cloud today we are listed #1 in Southeast Asia and #3 in the world in the infrastructure as service market and regarding the reports of the Gartner. And today in total, we have more than 4 million customers in all over the world and from different industries, e-commerce, social, the media, and also manufacturing, finance, and also entertainment. And here we are also showing some successful case that we have in the Philippine markets, especially the Lazada, Gcash, the Kumo, UBX. One customer I will to emphasize it. Today also one of our very good partners is Kumo. Yeah, we can go to the next slide. Oh, sorry. Probably we lost one slide here, but I will use just few time to introduce Kumo. Kumo actually today is one of our very close customer and also partner in the market. Kumo actually they start to work with Alibaba Cloud since very beginning, since 2019. They already decided to cooperate with Alibaba Cloud as our. They choose to work with us as and make us as a strategic technical partner. And they are using currently the short video SDK and also CDN service to help them to accelerate their content delivery. So today we are not only supporting them, they are also a partner that we are doing together PR activity in the market. So here later we also will show that today the ideas about Alibaba Cloud is not we are not only want to use our technology or platform, we also want to create the business cooperation under our entire group resource. Okay? So next slide is also showing one another, I would say today, famous startup company, successful startup company, which is Great Deals. We just actually signed the MOU documents with them, and we are also helping them to building their internal IT system use our platform. And also, as Alibaba Cloud, as the group, we also cooperate with, we also have our business unit, the Lazada e-commerce platform, which is have very close relationship with them. Okay? So here is one slide that we want to show is that as I mentioned in the case of Great Deals and also the case of Kumo, the idea is that we wanted to provide different layers of cooperation with all the partner, customer, or staff founders. We want not only to provide the service, the technology, technical servers service from the infrastructure, from the platform, also from the software, but also we wanted to create the business cooperation opportunities with the partners, especially the staff companies. So, as I mentioned in the first slide, that showing over all business units, there are Gcash, there are Lazada, AliExpress, also our logistic company, local in Philippines. All those the business units that today were under the entire group could create a lot of business opportunities. So that is also we want to use it to support the staff companies. Okay. The other side is just I was talking in that slide. Here is some case that some activities we are really doing here. And for example, in the PR and marketing side, we cooperate with Lazada and also with Alibaba Cloud, create some online, offline activities and to use those activities to help not only uh, to present technology things, but also give the opportunity to all the startup companies to have the opportunity to use over marketing activities resource to enhance their awareness in the market together with our business units. And also there's another marketing activities which is we call the Alibaba Cloud Summit. This event. It's an annual event. Every year we will have host this event in local, and this year in next month, October 19th, we will host this event in Grand Hyatt. And in this event, we will invite our partner, our customer, no matter corporate customers, also startup companies, startup founders. We will invite all the customer friends to our event. And some of them, we already invite them as the speaker in our event. Actually, here is some of the friends in this activity in Web3 communities also it's already confirmed to become one of the speaker in our events. So that's the way that we want to use it to support the community and the founders. Okay, the last year we also invited the directors from the Gcash and the Lazada. We want to use this to help not only those big startup companies, those successful startup, but also for some new startup founders companies that they can have the opportunity in the same stage to introduce their solution together with us in use our platform. Other activities we are doing here is also it's the activity that we call the headquarter tour. Every year, actually, this from 2020, because of the pandemic issue, we couldn't invite our customer friends or partner to China. But this tour this event is still there, and this year it is an event that we host in Thailand. But next year we definitely, once the policy in China or in worldwide the pandemic is recovering, we definitely will invite more partner and customer to China to visit our headquarters and participate in the Startup conference, and also to visit our headquarters and to discuss with those experts in different sectors. Also to discuss with those founders of Alibaba Group that we could share some experience from them. Okay, so so this is what I want. We use this time to share to you. And in person, I also want to share some my personal experience or personal learning from Alibaba. Actually, one thing very important, and also it's also the reason I joined Alibaba. I have been working in Alibaba almost 2 years. And one thing that I let me decide to join Alibaba is that this company, Alibaba, when they create Alibaba Cloud, they created this platform in 2009, which in that moment in China, many people didn't believe that cloud computing could become a mainstream technology in the market in that moment. It's something happened today, like the Web3 technology, blockchain technology, also NFT, Bitcoin, those new technology coming. Still, not all the people believe or they fully become convinced that this technology will really change the world. But it's still changing the many small things, and even in some of the sectors, it's already happened, and many things are already changed by those technology, those founders, those people. They really participate in this industry, in this community. So in Alibaba Cloud, that there was a very important in a sentence that inspired me a lot is that it's sometimes not about you how to say you believe it and you see it. It's about it's not about you believe it, you see it, then you believe it will happen. It can always happen when you believe it and it happens. So that word is the word that very inspired me, and I decided to join here. And I also I decided to work with in the sector of staff sector. And actually, probably I just forgot to introduce myself. I'm business manager, but my main sector is the staff sector and the education sector. So I'm mainly in charge of those helping the local staff companies, also helping the local education sectors, education, higher education, or the Department of Education. This is all my scope. So that's all my thing wants to share today. So hopefully Alibaba Cloud Platform in some way could support you. And if you really need some technologies, service or data services that somewhere that Alibaba Cloud we could support, that we could have a further discussion using this platform. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex. So yeah, personally working with Alibaba, it's really a pleasant relationship with Alibaba, and we're so happy to be working with them for the coming BBB events and hopefully other projects. So yeah, let's get straight to it. We have a pretty packed panel discussion for you guys, but to introduce the panels, I'd like to first introduce Celeste Rodriguez, Mr. Minister of Information of YGG.
Hey everyone! Wow, so it's my first time being on stage on Draper. Typically, I'm just one of the audience. So it's finally my first time here. What surprised me the most is how packed the room is, despite being a crypto winter. Typically, crypto trading dries up during bear market. So I want to know how many in here actually trades. Be honest, it's fine. Oh, look at that. Is this your first bear market? Is this your first winter? No, alright. So I've been trading since 2015, local equities, that's the Philippine stock market. I have no idea how I decided to continue doing that. But yeah, but really, when you're in the middle of it, right, you just keep going on. I am a performance trading coach. My specialty is trading psychology. What I do is basically I help traders optimize their performance. I don't teach them how to do it. They just come to me when they seem to know how to do it, but they can't do it. There's something wrong. I've been going through losses. I know what to do, but I can't seem to go through it. That's my specialty. I've worked in a prop firm for 2 years in Europe, but it's basically remote. So yeah, my name is Celeste. I know we haven't met yet. I'm from YGG. I'm the Minister of Information. Basically, what I do there is marketing and educational efforts for our players. But before I continue, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Luis Buenaventura.
Everyone.
It doesn't work.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to begin by saying a short prayer for our friends at Lodi Coins. That was a test. Kung na-offend kayo doon, get ready because the rest of the show is going to be pretty offensive. Look, I mean, we've got a lot of jokes for you, but this is a serious panel. We're going to talk to some serious traders.
We are.
And I'm actually going to be the least knowledgeable here, so I'm just going to be sitting and asking questions. Hopefully, I'm going to be asking the questions that you guys have in your hand also. And we will still have time for a Q&A at the end. Yeah, so we will be able to we'll give some questions to our panel, but we will also take questions from the audience. Give them your hardest, most difficult questions, and make sure you ask them what their favorite points are.
Oh yes, like you should, as you should.
Yeah. So let's introduce our panel now. I've actually been very, very lucky to have interviewed a couple of these guys before. So some of them are actually close friends of mine, or maybe they don't feel so close to me anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I was a very difficult interviewer. Let's start with Coach Emman, cryptocurrency trader.
All
Please come up on stage.
right.
Welcome. And then let's do Aldrin Rabino, Crypto Fortune. Franco Araneta.
Wow, you left it heavy, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a bear market. It's alright.
Everyone's going through the same thing.
Sorry. And last but not least, the other Emman. We kind of had to give him some space baka hindi niya maalala. So Emman Navalan from Tetrix, welcome.
All right.
Go, Emans!
We have some very passionate fans. So basically, before we start asking them questions, we want to know the audience because we have questions, but we want to make sure it's relevant to you, right? How long? Who here has been trading for a year? 1 year, like 1 year. Here na PH nandito na. Yeah, pumasok na yung first. Okay, anyway, so back to you guys. Who here has been trading for only a year? Okay, oh wow. Up 2 years. Really? More than 2 years.
Okay, we have a few.
A few.
Alright.
Ano yung iba?
Actually, are we mostly beginners? Maybe that's
Yeah, would you consider yourself a beginner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Alright, very good.
Wiser,
It's important. Right.
Alright.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that's good. So we know the audience a little bit. Let's do quick introductions from each of the panelists. How do we know what they're about? And then maybe quick story. I don't know if you have your favorite crypto failure story. May ganun ka ba? I don't know. Sige, wag muna. Let's just do introductions. Like, okay. Yeah. We'll do that later. During the Q&A, we'll try to make one of these guys cry.
Hi guys. Cryptocurrency trader, also known as cryptocurrency trader. So, kilala ko na si Celeste before with equities and Luis with Lumex. So, trading since 2017. So, I've been through a lot. Different market cycles. So if you have questions regarding on different scenarios, so later we'll answer it. So ayun si Luis been here since 2013 na sa BTC na with cryptocurrency. So gusto ko na siya sa more OG. So yeah.
Hello. Hi guys, so my name is Aldrin. So I started trading back in 2016. And 2 years ago, after 2 years, I decided to create a YouTube channel, which is Crypto Fortune. So basically, 4 is my date of birth, and then CHUN is my IGN in Dota 2. So that's uh, I just combine those in one. So Crypto Fortune sounds as fortune in crypto, so Crypto Fortune. And then a year ago, I created my YouTube channel. 2019, I pack up uh, my work. I quit my job and now I started trading and creating contents in YouTube. So I have no job right now. Not the- so yeah, that's it.
Hi guys, my name is Franco. I'm a community manager at Coins.ph, and I wouldn't say I'm trading actively right now, so I guess I'm kind of like the black sheep of the group. But I have been keeping tabs on crypto in general since 2017, and just peso cost averaging since then. So yeah.
Right. I'm Emman from Tetrix. So how it started was, of course, way back 2016, during the time it was all fresh for Filipinos, I would say. Um, I think there was one event that we all would recall, the big scam that happened around that time, 2017, 2016. That was,
Parang
um,
madami yun.
yeah, the biggest one wherein they were basically selling tokens of contracts, no? And since limited man yung mga tao that were able to trade using coins, they were using their accounts to basically get more investment from people. And I was one of those who were victimized by that, right? So after that, of course, there's something in me that fueled me to learn about it. By the way, my profession back then, of course, now, I'm a civil engineer by profession, and I do construction projects. And at the time, I was really busy. I was just there to try it out. And from there, I started studying and learning. What happened was really painful. I really wanted to bounce back, and I wouldn't want that to be, something that is gone forever. No. I forgot that scam. We'll get back to you later so much. Uh, yeah, no, no, it's something. Yeah. But um, I think everybody would feel the same way, lalo na when you're starting. Later we can discuss about that. Yung feeling nyo to bounce back and then fight back. So until such time na ubus ka na. So later on we can, I think, discuss about that. But that happened to me. So I tried to study, and then from there, gaining knowledge, unti-unti, I started to think about the things that I could do to help the community. And that's where Tetrix started. It took us 2 years to conceptualize because it's really hard. All you have are white papers and, studies and a lot of other things. But basically, that's it for me.
Oh, actually,
No, no, I was gonna say
yeah, if you wanted to do the core questions first, para we
Okay. So we have a few core questions, guys, but I think it'd be nice if you just jump in and continue talking about their stories because it seems to be super interesting, right? So we have a few core questions. The first question that we have is crypto trading versus investing. How is it different from traditional trading for new investors looking to shift to crypto?
parang quiz, no? Essay writing contest.
Okay, let's do that question one more time because it's actually kind of a mouthful. So
Okay, so the first question is crypto trading versus investing. Discuss how crypto trading is different from traditional trading for new investors looking to shift to crypto.
yeah, okay. Maybe, yeah, siguro. Kasi I know that your background, you didn't just start with trading, just
Equities
crypto,
siya.
right? Yeah, you
He
started
was
with
in stocks.
traditional. So ano yung first learning mo that made you realize, wow, this stuff is different from
from what you were used?
So, quick story muna, how I get started. I saw cryptocurrencies uh, when I was going to take the leap of faith. I wanted to corporate, I wanted to do a full-time trade. And then I was in this in computer shop. I was looking for forex, stock market kasi limited yung ano yung trading hours eh. So I was looking to forex market. And then I believe cryptocurrency that time, meron din silang parang index where you can see all the list of stocks. And then eventually I found out coin market cap. During that time, yung itsura pa ng coin market cap noon, hindi siya yung parang you can choose like the theme white black. So ano pa siya, parang there's a update pa na makita mo animated na, uy, nagkaroon ng ano, there's a change in the ticker. There's a percentage change. So I was wondering, maybe cryptocurrencies 24, 20, uh, 20, not 24/7, like 23, let's say, meron silang trading hours every Saturdays. But I returned nung Sunday, baka kasi foreign lang yung ano, nag-trade ng cryptocurrency. I was blown nung nakita ko na, wow, it's a 24/7 market. So there's a lot of opportunity. So my basic mentality is that if the market is open 24/7, it means the money is also 24/7. So that's why I dig deeper to looking at cryptocurrency. So moving forward, what's the difference between the trading cryptocurrency and the equity? Number one, the first time I look at it, it's like stocks slash forex. So it's stocks why? Because number one, you couldn't really buy the units of stock sa cryptocurrency. And at the same time, on how you're going to trade it, it's like forex. It's like forex. So, in a nutshell, the difference between the two of the equities, syempre you're buying the stock of the company, and dito naman with the trading cryptocurrency, you're buying the tokens or the coins of uh, the cryptos. So,
So, for me, in my opinion siguro, so hindi ako masyadong familiar in stocks, pero upon watching videos on YouTube, maybe they base on the volume, the flow, and then the market cap. However, in cryptocurrency, you need to check in the data, which is, say, for example, on-chain data, how many address was created, something like that. And then, so yeah, that's the difference. Major difference maybe the time frame. So it's 24/7 market, unlike stocks and crypto, there's a closing and opening. So yeah, I think that's a major difference. So I think in stocks you need to check for the cash flow. For crypto, you need to check on-chain data such as address created. You can also see in cryptocurrency the supply. So for example, the max supply you know the supply for crypto or certain crypto assets, and yeah, I think that's the major difference.
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to crypto, I guess, is really the volatility. Like in general, crypto seems to be a lot more volatile than your average stock. And I think also touching on what he said, the thing about cryptocurrency trading is that it's all transparent. Since it's on the blockchain, you can see all of the transactions that have taken place, and you can actually use that information to your advantage. Whereas stocks, I feel like, yeah, definitely not transparent as when you're trading crypto.
For me, well, any investment there is risk involved, no. But I would say that the difference between crypto for me versus traditional forms of investment, maybe trading equities or any kind of trading, is that cryptocurrencies is, if it's already emotional dun sa other trading, this is much more emotional. That's one. If it's already, as our family said, very volatile sa ibang market, this is much more volatile. And the reason behind this is because I think it's not yet established. So as time goes by, I think for the next cycles, time will come that these fluctuations would be lesser and lesser until such time as adoption comes in. People would hold on to the more reasonable coins and tokens that would make sure that the prices are not fluctuating that much anymore compared to what we are experiencing in meme coins and other tokens as well. So that's the only thing I can add. And aside from that, I think everything was already discussed.
So I guess I have a lot to say to this because I used to be in the equities. But who here has been in stocks? What? Why did we do that? Because it was the only option available back then, right? So yeah, I started 2015. Back then I was still working as a nurse. I was working as a nurse abroad, and the time difference was was substantial because I was working in Saudi Arabia. It was in Riyadh. So there's number one a time difference. I was trading stocks, Philippine stocks in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So I was up at 5 in the morning checking my positions. So that's in crypto it's not like it's 24 hours, no? So that's fun. There's a time difference. Monday to Friday. My recess pa, my lunch break, right? My lunch break. So people go to Facebook and magchichismisan about what happened in the morning session. That's local stocks for you. The second thing is there's much more regulation in stocks. So, whatever you trade in there are supposedly reputable companies. I can't say for sure that it is reputable companies, but they have to get listed. SEC has to approve them. They have to report their books. In crypto, they just have to have a white paper. They just need to have an exchange list them, right?
You have to have some good memes too.
Yeah, it's definitely the memes, right? So those are pretty big differences. One of the big differences that I really felt when I moved to crypto is the volume. Okay, like when you are in local equities, like it's such a small pond, like parang siyang bathtub compared to an ocean. Um, for example, just gonna give you like maybe an analogy. I don't even know how relevant that is right now. But one day of trading in local equities in PSE is the volume of trades is just equal to 1 hour in New York Stock Exchange. Because sobrang late na talaga. We're a very small country. So how does that look like? How does that affect your trading? Say you have 100,000 shares of whatever company and you want to sell now. You pray to God that there is someone who will buy all your 100,000 shares. It could be illiquid. There might not be enough participants in whatever stock you are to buy your shares. So sometimes, supposedly, ang kita mo is 20,000 pesos na kunyari lang, but since there's not a lot of people, you will have to force to sell it down. Kakaslippage ka. So that's the difference with, so hindi natin nararanasan sa crypto yan. Like, most often than not, someone is out there trying to buy whatever you're trying to sell. There's enough players in the local, so because of that, it's so much easier to manipulate, right? The prices can be bought up or bought down by someone who has enough money to make it happen. In crypto, I don't really think anyone is big enough to move a market.
I'm sure that there's a lot of conspiracy theories about
Alright.
market manipulation in crypto, but it's hard to prove it firstly.
Yes.
Siguro the only thing I'll add to everyone's answer is that in traditional stock markets, they have circuit breakers.
Yes.
So when the market drops past a certain percentage, it's 20% normally, and so they'll actually cease trading, right? So no more trading. Let's all take a break, chill muna, and then we'll come back, tomorrow. There's no such thing in crypto, and that's why you see monumental minus 95% drops in 20 minutes. And that's not a Lodicoins reference. I was just saying numbers. I was not trying to make a joke. So we see that in crypto basically every day, right? And the other thing I should also mention in crypto is that every day about 3 new cryptocurrencies are introduced into the market. You don't get that in the stock market by any stretch. I had a follow-up question to everyone, actually, and this one is more of a personal thing. So are we allowed to swear here? Can we say shitcoin? I guess I said it. So I said shitcoin.
Is everyone below or is everyone above 18?
Yeah. Apologies to the people who are offended by that. What's the shittiest shitcoin you've ever bought? I'm gonna let you guys think for a little bit, but I'll do mine. Mine's really easy and mine's super embarrassing. Mine was Luna. So I did buy Luna and I bought at the top. And the reason why I did that was because I was having a dinner with some of our other friends in the community who are a little bit, I guess I'll just say richer. And they were all in Luna. And nahiya ako na wala akong Luna. So I went home. And I fucking bought Luna at $130 or something like that. It was like the fucking highest of the highs. And then within the next 2 weeks, it evaporated. It was wonderful. It was like, I don't know, it was like God was teaching me a lesson. Okay, kala mo that you can buy stuff without doing your own research. Well, here you go. Here's a life lesson for you. So anyway, that's my story. Look at these guys' faces. They're so sad. They're like, you don't have to relive your shitcoin memories. Just tell us about it. What's the shittiest shitcoin? You don't have to tell us how much you put in. Notice na hindi ko sinabi kung magkano yung pinasok ko na. I just said what the price was. So for all you know, it could have been one Luna. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Hindi siya it's not a popular coin eh. Pero one thing for sure, got listed. Yeah, it's before Binance, there was an exchange called Polonians. Yeah, so VYL got listed. So there was a lot of coin. As a trader, I don't read the white paper. You saw the pattern? It's a triangle. You bought in. Yeah, and the next thing you know, it's gone.
For me siguro, I think this pink coin back in 2016. So there's no Binance. Yeah, pink. Yeah, pala nag-sell before. So I sorted 24-hour stage, then it went up the pink coin. So it went parabolic, and then since I think it was my first month in crypto trading, and then after that I see green. I buy. So after a night, it raised back to its support zone. So yeah, until now, I think it was the best one. I remember. So, yeah.
For me, have you guys ever heard of Sia Coin? Yeah. I haven't kept tabs on it for a while. Is it doing okay? Honestly,
Top 25.
oh,
Top
oh, really?
25.
Yeah, but I don't think it ended up in the top 25 for too long. I blacked out and I've never checked on Sia Coin since.
Me ako, I'm fortunate siguro since I started in around 2016, 2017. I was not yet that into trading. So ano lang, in-out lang Bitcoin and Ethereum at that time. But during the last cycle, I think I bought all the meme coins. So
What's the meanest meme coin?
I think Dodge. Yeah.
Okay,
That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. But I think Dodge and Shiba. And then yung anak niya,
Ano yung anak mo?
Floki. Yes.
You bought all the dogs?
I bought all the
Okay, so that's not a trading strategy. Huh? You don't choose your trading collection based on the animals that it represents.
yes. Because of the memes, diba? At that time, parang pag may meme, it would jump. The price would go up really high. But unfortunately, it was, I think, that period during March, yung pabagsak. So, at that time, sabi ko, I've earned quite a few na rin. So, I tried it out. Just a small portion din. Pero it was painful kasi parang you're very hopeful. Oh, magpapam ba to? Makakabili na ako ng something. I can reward myself something like computer or what. It turns out na wala. Naka-load pa yung pera. So, yeah, that was my experience.
Are we all following Elon Musk's Twitter account here? Basically, that was like market signals 101. No? Parang if Elon Musk tweets about something, typically there's going to be a market response, especially if it's a dog-related coin.
That's true.
Okay, so Sel, you're not exempted from the question.
There was a time where I was just trying out, like I didn't know how to screen. Because I came from stocks, and it's so much easier to screen in stocks because sobrang konti. So I was having such a hard time screening, and then there was a time parang, you know what, I don't care. Kung ano may makita kong pattern, if it looks good. um, it's so embarrassing to admit this, but there was this coin that's so funny. It sounded so funny. I didn't put in a lot of money. I just really bought it because it made me laugh. Okay, it made me laugh. It's a boob coin.
Okay. Of all of the X-rated coins, that's actually the tamest one because there's some really X-rated coins out
Yeah,
there.
it was called. It had nothing to do with anything except it was funny, so I bought it. It was 20.
I guess you didn't make money on that.
No.
Follow-up question again. Are we for or against reading white papers? Parang, I know that actually, so maybe this is a better question because I remember the first time that you and I were on a show together, you were explaining that you don't tend to read news. It's all charts for you. Can you explain a little bit about your mentality na yan? And I maybe for the guys who aren't like TA type traders, maybe you can talk about your style.
Thank you. So, when it comes to markets, kasi, when it comes to markets, financial markets, if you're going to check the charts, yeah, I believe none of us are capable of reading like patterns, but you'll notice the simple pattern like goes down and then goes up, goes down, goes up. So the reason, the psychology behind that is that people, I think I have to correct this, like the market doesn't repeat itself. People does. So that philosophy was very fundamental for me is because sometimes if you have a goal in making money in trading, you have to look for particular criteria that are very easy or let's say you are very proficient with. So instead of me taking hours, long hours of reading a white paper, by the way, not financial advice, you can still read the white paper. Now, it's very important because I think nowadays the use cases of the projects are now getting better and better compared to the 2017 bull market era. So it's a must, no? Actually, right now I'm reading a white paper now because aside from the Lodi coin, so it's a must. It's a must. So yeah, I'm more on the behavior side of the people who's trading the market, not on the fundamental. Because another philosophy that I learned is that people can lie, but numbers don't. So if they bought a stock and goes up and let's say Lodi, it went up and then it looks for support, but there's no support.
You can't lie.
You can lie, right? So as easy as that, numbers don't lie.
Okay, so I think maybe I can maybe I can explain. For example, back in 2017, so I've been more looking at fundamentals, mainly on the white paper, the teams, and then since the chart was just established, the chart abilities and other crypto was established, and then now I've been more looking for the charts, and then maybe 20% will be the fundamentals. Since the chart right now is now building up, you can see some previous highs serving as support. So yeah, technical perspective for me right now is much majority. So maybe 20% will be fundamentals, checking white papers, something like that.
I think there's definitely value in reading the white paper, but it's not the end all be all. For me, like personally, I take like a more holistic view. So from the white paper to the team, and then if you look at the chart and the volume, that's great too. Like I think you can use all of these different pieces of information to your advantage when it comes to trading.
For me, I think since I'm trading with groups of I have friends trading with me, so you have to have for me, it's a must to have a trading buddy. For me, that's for me because it really helps you, or you have somebody to keep an eye on you as well, or you would have someone. In a way, it's an accountability partner. So you should have someone like an accountability partner to do things with you so that you could have a higher success rate. Since I'm more into numbers, like I'm an engineer, of course, I always wanted to make sure that the risks are really low. Even though I bought the coins, it was of course something that I did after I earned. And I would say that I'm always pro white paper, but sometimes when you trade, you don't trade using the fundamentals, right? For sure, coach would tell sometimes a trade is all about him. At the end of the day, you're trading because you want to be profitable. You want to profit from your trade. And if there's an opportunity that's out there, you can grab it. And all you have to understand is the risk involved in doing so. So that's why an accountability partner would help you in that process.
It's actually the first time I've heard that advice. That's actually really useful. Does everyone else here have trading buddies? Oh Jesus, I'm the only one who doesn't. Oh okay, my grandpa doesn't. Do you?
Yeah, you're supposed to.
No one ever told me that. Like, I guess that's why I ended up buying Luna at the high. But
Yeah, you're supposed to. Trading is an individual thing for you to execute on your own, but someone has to keep you accountable because it's so easy to cheat it. It's so easy to say that you're gonna do something and then not do it. And sometimes, like for example, there are traders who look at the fundamentals, the white paper, and papasok sila with the fundamentals in mind, but they're gonna trade according to the price action.
sorry, really quick segue lang. So when we say fundamentals, we're talking about the yung business model,
Yes.
yung team, yung sales nila, yung P&L, yung profit and loss. Yeah, okay, got it. So you assume that we know we can find this out. Yung fundamental. Kasi like in a lot of young crypto companies, hindi mo makita yung fundamentals nila kasi actually all they have is white papers. So how do you trade for that? Wala, TA na lang talaga yun.
There are people who do TA nga lang. So the advice here actually is, if you're in there for a technical analysis reason, you saw the price pattern, then make sure that you're actually in there, staying there because of technical analysis. Hindi yung when it goes against your bias, you stay because maayos naman yung team niyan eh. Right? Like parang you suddenly rationalize because you just don't want to take the loss.
Okay.
We have this saying in equities. Ang trader na equid sa Honda kumakapit. But now, in cryptocurrency, sa tweet kumakapit.
There's like the thing about it, you cannot underestimate the impact that Twitter has on the cryptocurrency market. So I mean that's why we call it CT now. We call it cryptocurrency trader, no? But actually it means crypto Twitter now. We call it CT. And people, the first time they hear it, they're like, "What? There's a Twitter for crypto?" It's like, no. It's just that the crypto world just exists on Twitter, and everything that you want to know about a project or a founder or whatever can be researched there, which is kind of unbelievable, no? Because there's no nuance in Twitter. It's all very short messages, and you just kind of hope na tama you read it right, which is strange.
I actually have a question to our guests here. What makes trading sexy for you? But why do you continue to pursue it even if it's difficult?
I guess first question is it sexy? Are you sexy? Are you sexy, Emman? How sexy are you on the scale? Okay.
For me, I don't know. It's not sexy. For me, it's boring. It's boring. So the more experience you had, the more losses you had, the more profit you had. It's getting boring and boring. So I think that's part of the maturity as a trader. Now you should come to a point that it has to be boring because if it keeps on keeping excited, I think you should secure yourself some trading buddies. Just like what Celeste mentioned earlier, kasi, di ba, we have trading demons eh. Like, okay, this is my objective, and then eventually, okay, change my mind, I'm gonna hold it. So those are the things that we call it trading. So for me, it has to be boring. So sexy in the part like you are discovering, oh, this is the level of my greed. So this is the level of my fear. You're getting to know yourself more. So that's why I think, in a nutshell, market is very, let's say, it really exposes who you are.
Maybe for me, if you're passionate, what you're passionate what you are doing, so uh, maybe for the profits, if you get profits from trading, so that's the common goal if you trade. So yeah, but there's a lots of failures, mistakes in trading. So maybe you're getting sexy if you if you learn from your mistakes, maybe something like that.
I think trading is very sexy if you can keep your cool and stay level-headed, but it becomes very unsexy when you panic sell right away. And I fall under the unsexy category for this one.
Yeah, well, for that question, I think for me, crypto trading in general, as Coach Emman said, is it's all about you. Again, you cannot blame anybody except for yourself. And at the same time, if you earn, it's yourself to thank for. So it's a journey. And what's sexy about it, or I would say what's good about it, is that you get more time to explore things that you love, and then you get more, yeah, maybe more time aside from being by yourself, doing the things that you love, especially when you earn, right? And those things would magnify sometimes even your confidence. Let's face it, if you have nothing and you tried crypto trading and you earned a significant amount, the confidence level that you will gain from that, if you hold on to that and keep on improving your fundamentals, your trading capacity, your personality, that would really help you become sexy, I guess, right? And that in return would also help whoever it is that you're with, your crypto buddy. Sometimes your crypto buddy fails it. So if you're there with him, a sexy figure, a positive figure, right? You would attract it. You would share that positivity. So I think that's the most sexy thing about trading. It's the positivity that you can share.
That's probably the most number of times the word sexy has been used in
I know in Draper
so,
Startup House.
okay, we're setting records here.
I think when I coach traders, there's always something very particular about them that is so central. A lot of people pursue trading for one thing. It's one job that they think gives them freedom.
Also, because you, kasi like, sorry, I guess yung stereotype image ko in my mind of a trader is someone who is sitting in front of a computer uh, most of the day, for example. Is that fair, or is that just me being a cliche kind of thing?
So the freedom is you don't really have a boss. It's up to you if you wanna be in a trade or if you wanna get out there and do something else. You can be anywhere, any part of the world, as long as you have internet, you can trade. And if you don't wanna report to work that day, you don't wanna trade, you don't have to. And sometimes you only just need one good trade to last you for your season. So yun yung what attracts people to trading. Like parang the grind itself is actually really long and it sounds easy. Pindot-pindot lang, no? Pindot-pindot lang, you see easily the money. But what people really want is the idea that hey, I can do this anytime I want, anywhere I want it to. And I can do not I can decide not to do it too if I don't want to. Right? I think that's the core thing. If you see a trader, this person would have so with money, people have so many different ways why they want to earn money. There are people who want to earn money because they want power. And you see and that stereotype of people, sometimes their job will be something that gives them both money and power. But with traders, you see that these kind of people are the kind of people who want money and freedom. That's the trader type talaga. That's the trader personality.
Okay, sige. So given that, let's how are you guys doing during this crypto winter? Does it feel like that? Like just described? You don't look happy. So
Yeah, there's differences eh. So how I trade during 2017 bull market is different how I trade uh 2021 2019 2021 bull market. So the difference is the moment you learn how to be efficient on how you trade. That's it. That's it. So before I was catching left and right trades. Syempre it's bull market, so that's why ano eh, parang sometimes you catch really bad day trading coins na yung pala eventually to get delisted. But eventually you learn that you really bad trip. Kasi you waited for a very very long time na okay, I think there's a continuation with this coin. There's probably, by the way, for those who are getting bored on this story, with this story. So just to let you know, the 1,000%, 2,000, 30,000% was easy peasy during that time. So like nowadays or like before 2020, 2021, nakikita lang natin it's like 100%, 300%. But that figure was skewed way back 2017. That's why there's a lot of billionaires na in cryptocurrency. So yeah, moving on the efficiency before you're catching day trading. So pero eventually you catch a bad trades. So ngayon it's more on relax. So you don't want to catch a bad trade. Kumbaga, it's more on the quality over the quantity of the trades. So maybe trading for bear market, you can either choose the bear side or the bull side, but still depends. You have to really measure what really matters when it comes to how much you can really squeeze. Let's say, can this move give me 10% lang? Is it worth the effort? Or oh, there's going to be a really really good move. Pwede siyang it could go up like 50%. Oh, sige, babantay. So that's a difference on how I trade.
How much time do you spend trading in front of a computer every day these days?
Yeah, so confluence na doon sa sinabi ni Celeste, the freedom. So before, of course, once you got into cryptocurrency trading first time, it's very required na, yeah, kailangan mo talaga tumutok. Because you have to short circuit the journey, the experience. So once you get there, you understand yourself na, oh, I'm not really for this fast coin pala. So moving on, Louis' question na, how I manage my trade now. So I only look for bullish. So yung market kasi ngayon, it's done with the squeezes. So meaning yung mga contraction, yung pababa. So we're looking, not financial advice. Well, we have a forecast here. Anyway, not a financial advice. So there might be a relief swing. So possibly I'm wrong, pero there could be a relief, no? It's a relief. So meaning bull market na ba? No, it's not. It's a relief. So it has to consolidate kasi yung market natin, ang confluence kasi ngayon, recession is plus bear market. So that's a different story from the bear market before. There's no recession before. So yeah.
Sorry. Bro, hindi ako fan ng money. I'm not a fan of money. So, before kasi back in 2016, I have holdings of Ethereum. So, 2020, na-boom yung Axie Infinity. So, I decided to create scholars, maybe 100 plus, 150 scholars plus. And right now, so, my bread and butter kasi in trading was shorting. So, I short crypto. So, if the market's going down, I earn profits. I shorted Lonzi around maybe 48 cents in 1,000 Lonzi BUSD. And then after that, I take profits around maybe 26 cents, 28 cents. And Yeah, I've been shorting crypto. And yeah, for me, current market. By the way, I think I will say this in today is not a financial advice. Upon checking the market right now is that September is basically the worst month for crypto. You can check that in bitcoinreturns.com, monthly bitcoinreturns.com. Just September is a negative. And then maybe November is mainly take profits from institutions. Maybe November. Then after that, uh, sorry to say this, but maybe next year will be the worst. I think so. Maybe people may actually not financial advice.
In other words, you're happy next year since you're shorting the market.
That's a good thing. So yeah, maybe there's a lot of factors considered. People in the US may take profits because of the tax seasons. Market makers in China will do some vacations. The market will the liquidity in the crypto market will slow down. So maybe January be possible next replacements. But yeah, as Coach Evan mentioned, there's a possibility rally from September, maybe going November, I think. So that's a historical data for BTC. You can check that on bitcoinreturns.com. But again, past performance may not does not guarantee the past performance. Yeah.
Let's cut the cheese. Time to buy na ba?
Yeah, so for me, trading during a bull market, specifically during 2017, 2021, I don't know, I felt like a genius. Like, you could pick any random
Everyone felt like a
yeah, you can pick any random shitcoin and you'll be up, like, way, way up. Right now, not the case for me. So I really relate to what Coach Evan said, really picking quality over quantity at this point while we're still in this bear market. But when the bull market comes back again,
I feel like a genius again.
I'll feel like a genius again.
You were saying earlier you were doing peso cost averaging.
Yeah, in general, yeah.
And that's like the blue chip cryptos.
Blue chip crypto. So just stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum and just peso cost. I've been peso cost averaging since 2017 because I'm not. I'm too emotional to day trade, so I just think more of a long term kind of thing.
I think for me, sometimes for normal day-to-day people, no? Especially Filipinos, ano tayo, likas na sugarol tayo. I think because of our, I don't know, they rather risk their 20 pesos to something that would grow 1,000 to 10,000 pesos than rather buy food for their household. So I would say nangyayari to with most of the families. And with crypto coming in, that is an opportunity. So during the market, there are a lot of people who tried cryptocurrencies, sometimes even sold their properties just to buy uh, assets. And I would say even the same for at the time Axie was really high, but people were buying teams that are worth so much, and for them it's okay because the returns are really high, but they didn't understand the whole mechanics. So, well, I would say that there are a lot of success stories, so much success stories, but there are quite a few who risk so much, no, who ended up with nothing afterwards. So for me, that's pretty much more on the psychological aspect, and I think Celeste would be better answer that. And for me, aside from those mentioned, like about the market sentiment right now, what I see is that for as long as you are profitable in your trade, you just have to make sure that you manage your risk. And again, stick to, like Franco said, stick to the blue chips of cryptocurrencies. If ever, just trade one or two Bitcoin or Ethereum.
YGG.
Like,
Kidding. Sorry. I was telling myself I wasn't gonna shield our own coin, but anyway. Okay, sorry. Ignore that.
I guess the most important thing when you hear or see people post about their gains, always freaking remember it's not how much they make. Uh, Again, I'll say that it's not how much they make, it's how much they keep. Because I don't, it's like, they could be posting right now that they just made 100,000 pesos, pero baka mamaya 300,000 yung nalugi nila. They're still in the red. That's the reality of trading. At the same time, so it's a bear market. I'd like to say, sure, stay in it because you need to learn how to trade during the bear. You can't skip it. It's not gonna be the first and last bear ever. So you need to know how to survive your next one. But then understand that as a trader, your job is primarily to increase your net worth and not your portfolio. So sometimes take your money out of there and put it somewhere else where it gets exposed to lesser risk during a very volatile and violent bear market. Example.
Yeah, like where would you put your profits na less risky and more long term?
I think yield farming is quite nice. That's one of the things that you can do, right? But I want to hear from them. Like, parang kayo, guys. Like, where would you put your money if you don't want to expose it to trading risk?
Sa kotse ba? Sa kotse ba, coach? Okay, so the question, guys, is once you have actually made some profits from trading, where do you put it such that it's less risky? No, so the parameters is it's less risky, it's more long-term storage. And ideally, it's still kind of going up slightly. Like, what are the options out
Yeah, actually ask you regarding this, right? Number one, a hard asset. Nothing beats real estate. It's proven. Mabagal, but it appreciates. Of course, not cars. It appreciates. So, what else? Maybe if you're young enough, siguro projects. Build some projects. Siguro if you, let's say, diba, just like what Celeste mentioned earlier, it's how much you can keep. So the moment you keep that money, you create a project, and then diba, you gain experience from the project. If it booms, then okay. Pero if not, create another project. So and I think there's a lot of other assets that you can consider, hard assets, fresh metals. So there's a lot, but the bottom line is, I think you sabi ni Ray Dalio that you should have at least a all-weather balanced portfolio. So for me, I don't consider myself as a balanced portfolio yet. So I'm still learning, even though, yeah.
Sorry, all weather meaning hindi pwedeng nasa beach yung lupa mo. So there's this economist's recommendation nga. Not sorry, not a recommendation, it's an observation that no matter how you made your money, and this is true of all of the rich people that have ever been in the history of mankind, eventually the richest turned into real estate investments. And the reason for that is because real estate, meaning land, I don't mean condos, I mean land. That's the one thing that is provably scarce. You don't have to look for cryptographic proof on land because we know that there's only a certain amount of livable land on planet Earth, and as long as we don't colonize Mars, that should probably be okay. So, parang we're still kind of that's the one thing that is inarguably scarce kasi in the world right now. So eventually, your wealth turns into real estate. But that's not necessarily a possibility for a lot of people who are just starting. That's why we're kind of walking through some of the other instruments out there.
Tama yung property. Number one, diversification sa property, yung crypto assets. And for me, aside from property, sa crypto naman, I look for staking na there's a features na airdrops. So you stake particular coin and then you receive airdrop if this crypto assets may have a side chains. So say for example, before Ethereum, something like that, Atom, if you stake a particular coin, you can receive some airdrops from that coin. So yeah, something like that. Staking, but in a long term perspective. So at the same time, you earn from airdrops.
Yeah, I would agree for the most part. Property, because like they mentioned, it is a scarce asset. But also, I'll just throw in Bitcoin here as well because it is also a provably scarce asset. and there's only going to be 21 million ever in existence. So if you're willing to take a little bit more of a risk, then I think Bitcoin is a good like long-term hold, and it's one of those blue chip cryptos that I mentioned earlier as well.
Yeah, of course, since I'm already in the field of building stuff, um, real estate, of course, would be number one. But what I would say is that if you're already diversified, what you could do is if there's something that's profiting, you could best cost average the others that are already down. You double down on Bitcoin, for example. If you have a property set, you sold for twice or thrice the price and you profited from it. No? It's still good to DCA or best cost average these other assets that you hold that you are also looking to hold for long term. Aside from that, since everything is zero sum basically, no, if you earn, someone loses. You just have to be very um, intelligent in your investments. So maybe any property, you can always de-risk yourself. So you eliminate the exposure. Okay, na yan. But what's more important is after you de-risk yourself, where are you going to put the money in? So maybe property or Bitcoin, or maybe for yourself, you want to earn more, you want to be better, invest on yourself, your health, your family, stuff like that. It would always be a good investment. No? And I would say that for many people, we fail to realize this as we journey because we're already there, filled with emotions. We're really high, no? Pagka nag-trade tayo, we tend to forget the things that we planned to do when we started trading or started investing. So I would say I'm more into that because I want to, of course, enjoy the things that I've been, working on.
Okay. Thanks so much.
So yeah, I think we have time for a Q&A from the audience. We want to know if anyone has any questions to ask.
Sige.
Oh,
So,
I see a hand
there you go. Okay. Can you shout it out now? Or
Guys, I love it. It's a woman.
Hello.
Beautiful.
And good evening. For those people, kasi di ba, hindi naman po lahat is marunong talaga or old na, yung iba is beginner, kaya nga yung iba pumupunta para malaman. But it's different about gambling in forex trading or, forex, sorry, crypto trading. That is different with gambling and, kasi di ba, when it comes na pag may nakakarinig na, crypto, forex, mga ganyan trading, sugal yan. Ano po yung pwede ninyong comment doon? Ganon.
Excited si Siri. Excited
Yeah. We want more. We
Sino
want
na yung
more.
tanong na yan so many times
Diba,
before.
naturally po kasi na sobrang natin, risk taker natin, and also we want more. Parang gano'n na pwede natin, yung iba kasi kahit na onti na lang yung pera nila, isinusugal nila. Kasi sabi nga, di ba, sugal to. And we are risk taker. We want to risk this money. Diba, ganun po. Ano po yung masasay nyo?
Baka natin, guys. That's a good question. That's a really good question. So, when it comes to sugal or gambling, actually, on a day-to-day basis, we're gambling our time. No, it's deep. I knew it was gonna do something for more beauties. We're gambling with our time. And with time, of course, that's one of the most scarce thing in the world, aside from money, aside from say everyone has 24/7. So, yung ginagamble mo with time, the next question there is, what kind of opportunity? Are you gambling your time with career? Maybe after 5 years, I get to the top, I became a manager, and then vice president, and then president of the company. But no one knows. So, we're going back to the question of Celeste. It's about, sinabi ni Celeste kanina, it's about freedom. So, for us, we're weighing, don't get me wrong, I also, and Celeste and other people here, also came from employment. No? And we also took the leap of faith na Sige, instead of us working 9 to 5 job, we'll risk na lang, we'll do our best like an employee dito sa trading. We're going to work hard for it and then let's see what's going to happen. Kasi that's also the same thing with employment di ba? Na you're working for this pero eventually you'll get ano pala toxic boss. Sorry. Toxic boss, toxic, whatever negative you could possibly imagine on a workplace. So, in other words, it's up to you How much, dito papasok yung, how much are you willing to risk? Not with money, but with your time. So, if you're comfortable pa with staying at this level pa lang ng risk na, sige, I just want to earn right now, di mo na mag-trade, that's fine, it's fine. But, syempre, we have to sometimes ask ourselves again, at this time, at this age, is it worth it pa rin ba gambling my time with this kind of opportunity? If yes, you continue. If not, you think about what's next for you. Yeah, that's it. Anyone else?
Siguro ang laki ng laki ng difference gambling and then trading. So sa gambling, if you fail, wala nang resources to study, di ba? But when you trade, oh, ganito pala, it's breakout, why I sell, why I buy. Nag-breakout pala yung asset na yun. So something like that, you feel realize sa trading. So sa gambling, after you lose, wala ka na. At bakalti ulit So wala kang resources to find na maging na matama yung mali na yun. So something like that. And then yung continuous mistake is a ano yun choice So if you choose that, so yun siguro yung sa side na siguro ng user yung failure na yun. So para sa akin, it's totally different talaga. So yeah.
With crypto, I think. With crypto, I think the time you trade is quite short, but gambling is even shorter. Like it's almost like instant gratification, whereas crypto you can do day trading. So and also with crypto, at the end of the day, there is like an underlying technology or asset that you can kind of bet on, whereas gambling is just you and the game itself. So I think there's something more concrete about trading when it comes to cryptos compared to gambling.
Yeah, for me, what's most important when you do gambling and trading is that remember when you trade, it's something that you hold, no, you're giving. When gambling, no, it's more of entertainment. We put that into mind. If it's for entertainment, go ahead, diba? You lose money in the process. It's okay because I did it for entertainment. No, I want to gamble because I wanted to enjoy the game itself. Yes, secondary na yung kumita sa gambling kasi we cannot say when I do gambling, I do it because it will give me money. But honestly, what you're doing there is you wanted to entertain yourself. Yung feeling, your emotions na yung roller coaster ride, you wanted to feel it na nararamdaman mo sa gambling. That's why you do it. And second to that is, of course, if you're not educated, you don't invest in yourself. It's definitely everything that you do, no? Even if it's a business, if you don't study it, it's gambling. You're just there to spend the money, to enjoy the experience, but you're not there to be profitable. So you must put that into mind before doing something. So if it's gambling, it's just purely entertainment, enjoying yourself, enjoying your time. But if it's trading, it's something that's with that plus being profitable. So yeah.
I have a very juicy answer to this, actually. Ready? So, actually, trading can be gambling if you want it to be. Honestly, I'm trying to learn Chinese lately, and the way you Chinese term nila for trading is literally means gamble. Trading can be gambling, but if you only want it to be, if you don't have rules, if you don't try to learn from your mistakes, if you're not looking for feedback, you're just gambling. One of my most favorite movies ever, is an old movie called Rounders. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie. It's a yes. So so it's Rounders, and Matt Damon plays a poker player. Poker is one of the sports that's very similar to trading. Kasi you're playing with your own cards and you don't know what else is doing. And meron siyang sobrang gandang line doon. He said, if poker is gambling, why do the same five people end up at the world finals table year after year after year? That means there's a science to it. It's not pure luck. There is skill involved. And that's how trading actually is. You may not know all the information you have, but you will have enough information to work towards your own goal. And so you can learn through experience, right? Studying, feedback, all of those stuff. That's why there are professional traders. Now, if you don't want to do the work, right? If you don't want to do the work, you just kind of want to make money. You don't want to understand what you did wrong. Basically, my advice for you is you don't want to take that seriously. Go to Okada, naka-aircon ka pa, may tubig ka pa, may iced tea ka pa, mag-e-enjoy ka pa. Because there's no difference. If you have no rules, if you don't try to study it, if you don't take it seriously, mag-Okada ka na lang.
So that answer is actually the exact same answer I was going to give. You can trade like a gambler, but you can also gamble like a trader. So I actually did that for a little bit, where I was trying to kind of turn my backgammon career into an actual thing. No? And you can memorize the numbers, you can memorize the stats, you can have the mental discipline to sit there for hours and play with a bankroll that you assign for that night. So you can do stuff like that. But I think the biggest difference between gambling and trading is that gambling mathematically, because the house will win over a long enough period of time. So that's you can't, that's incontrovertible. Whereas with trading and particularly with cryptocurrency, I think long enough habang humahaba yung time frame mo, there is a higher likelihood that you'll actually make money from it. So maybe that's the other difference there. So do we have any other questions from the audience? That was a great question, by the way.
Another woman. Sorry to another guy, but I'm so biased to women.
Hi, good evening. My question would be, how can you describe a typical day in your crypto trader life? Like you can cite habits or routine. And my follow-up question would be, how does it contribute to your wins?
Wow, that's a very psychological question. I love
Yoga
that.
and then meditation by the beach.
Let's start here. Let's start here muna. Iba.
For me, I would say prayer. No, joke lang. It's not prayer, but I would say I would say I started with reading about what's happening around. That's one, and you would need that hindi lang naman sa trading eh. So I just do it on my own. So I get updated na what's happening around, mga wars, mga nangyayari around us, knowing dollars, stuff like that. Yung feed, lalo na sa Twitter. So it really helps really, yung mga nangyayari sa Twitter. You get to understand what's happening. And sometimes, since I'm very curious, no, even if I don't trade, kasi most of the time I do it just, sometimes for 2 hours lang, and then if merong magandang trade, that's when I position myself. Aside from that, I just hold my Bitcoin. That's it. But more to that, yung effect kasi nun sa akin as a person, not just as a trader, is really big. Getting to know what's happening around. And that's my routine, I think, for quite some time na rin. And it's really helping me do my trades better. So sometimes if you hear na or read about the news na dollar is going up, and we know it's directly or inversely proportional to Bitcoin, definitely you're expecting Bitcoin to go down. So once I start positioning myself into a trade with Bitcoin, I already know the bias. It's downward. So I just find, and I'm going to do the technical analysis. It becomes easier. And I think for many people, we take it for granted. We just ask others, yung mga kasama natin. That's why it's also good to have crypto buddies, no? Yung mga trading buddies mo. Because they would let you know. Sometimes kung may group chat kayo, they will let you know. So parang sila, that's why Twitter is a very good example of getting the information fresh. So, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think the first thing I do is go on coinmarketcap.com, just check how the first top 10 cryptos are doing. If I see anything extremely unusual, I head over to crypto Twitter, see what the buzz is about, and yeah, just try and stay up to date on crypto Twitter. And also, like, I have some key Telegram groups that I try to stay looped into. And if any big thing happens, that's usually the place to go to see what the conversation is about.
For me, as much as I can, I want to shorten my trading time. So, uh, first thing I will do is to go to TradingView, check the XY, which is inverse correlated to BTC and S&P. So I check charts, and then after that, I go to YouTube, what's the trends, and yeah, I decided to trade after that once I see some confirmations and validations to the charts, as well as the catalyst, the news, the FOMC meeting, and the possible inflation updates. And yeah, sometimes if I lose my trades, I go outside, I play bowling, something like that. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Sorry, question is like in what it looks like, right? So sinabi na ng technical side. Idol ko si Luis, so he does handstand. What I do is headstand. Just kidding. But so na-mention na lang yung tech side. So my day-to-day basis looks like wake up 5 a.m. in the morning. So 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. 5 a.m. I wake up 5 a.m. Tapos ano na agad ako ng cold shower and then swimming. So and more of I call it ritual because if you're a trader, you're focused more on the peak performance. Because if you're really not really that on the peak performance, there's a lot of mental noises on your head na since the market 24/7, di ba? Parang isipin mo na wait, may ano kaka-check ko lang ng watches kanina, pero parang, alam mo yan, parang your brain keeps on resetting na eventually, kasi super dopamine na eh. So if you notice the market in cryptocurrency, especially pag nasa phone, di ba parang luto na yung utak nyo, your brain is like really toasted na dahil there's so much information and then you have to, there's a lot of notification pa. So for me, my belief is since nowadays we're living in a very fast pace, I try to make it slow. I try to make it slower by doing habits. So like morning swimming and then afternoon gym or jogging. So more on physical stuff and routine types of vitamins. You really have to take care of yourself because if not, those gains will be gone because of this one bad trip. Like puyat ka, you're exhausted, and then you click, you thought it will work out because out of habit, yeah, you lose everything. It happened. True story.
All right. I guess one thing that people needs to understand about trading is a performance sport. What do we mean by that? That means you need to perform. And your mental acuity, your sharpness is what you bring to the table every time you go to the chart. So can you imagine other performance sport, but maybe let's say a surgeon. Say you're at the operating table, di ka pa pinapatulog ng anesthesiologist mo, And then your surgeon just barges in, right? But barges in. Tapos parang starts talking to the operating room nurses. Sabi na, grabe, hangover pa ako. Kakagising ko lang, di pa ako naliligo. Wala siya sa at the right frame of their mind. Do you think that this surgeon, no matter how many technical skills, no matter how many years they've been doing on their job, do you think they're gonna bring their best to that moment? No, no, they weren't mentally ready and they're supposed to perform. That's the same thing in trading. And sometimes you see traders who don't have a routine that anchors them, that puts them at the right optimal mental state before they go to the market. So parang battling sila hangover, kasi walang tulog, or maybe stress over something else. Obviously, they bring that to the market, right? They bring that to the market. Their greed, their fear, anything that's affecting them too negatively affects their decision-making process. And your job as a trader is to be a decision maker. So a routine supposedly resets a trader to that moment and give out their best self. So when they have to decide amidst volatility, they have the proper foundation. So iba-iba. When I was coaching prop firm traders, these are professionals. They have a routine just like Emman did. Like they literally start their day with something that puts them on the right frame of mind, makes them feel like a winner, swim, right? First wins of the day, even as simple as making their bed. Those discipline will roll up to something bigger. That the moment they start trading, they're just riding on their win. They're no longer being carried over their, by like, like parang, di na ako nagising, hindi pa nagta-turn on yung laptop. By that time, you really can't trade well anymore. So yes.
I think that with a lot of that's great, by the way. That was actually exactly what you needed to say to that question. The only thing I'll add is that with a lot of high impact kind of vocations, your mental health becomes very, very important. Because with a single click of a button, you could potentially lose all of your profits. Diba? Yung parang every the amount of energy that it took to press that button is basically nothing, but the amount of thought that had to go into it is basically like the highest it could possibly be. So putting yourself in the right frame of mind always is usually what you want. And generally, this is not just for trading. Actually, this is good life advice in general. Get a lot of sleep, wake up early, and then try to have some physical activity before you actually start the thing that you are really doing that day. That's yung recipe na yun. You'll see that in so many business books written by so many successful entrepreneurs because they found that that was kind of the thing that allowed them to perform their highest condition. We only have time for one last question now, so we're gonna wrap this up. We've got one in the back here. Let me see if we can get to you.
But 1 second, before they ask the question, my team is here, my Ministry of Information of YGG. And if you guys are keen, we want to interview a few of you guys so we could feature you on our page. Malapit na may ask. Let's say no to my girls.
Ayun, good evening. Market forecast, regarding market forecast.
Yun na.
So, yung case ng XRP ngayon regarding the SEC, di ba? Nababaon sila dahil dun sa hawit test regarding promise of profit. So, if ever na manalo yung XRP, for example, what's gonna happen sa the rest of the altcoins? And if ever naman na matalo, what's gonna happen sa the rest of the altcoins?
I'll just give background muna because a lot of people probably aren't familiar with that. So XRP is Ripple Labs cryptocurrency. They started back in 2016. They were initially they were supposed to be a cryptocurrency that was meant to focus on remittances. That's why the XRP team is here in the Philippines right now. They're working with iRemit. I saw them with James Deacon in some press launch recently. So what he is referring to is for the last 4 years, the Ripple team has been fighting a case with the US SEC, not the Philippine one, the US one, where they are trying to debate on whether or not security ba yung XRP. If the SEC rules that they are security, then they're in trouble. They're gonna have to pay a lot of fines. They're probably not going to be able to continue operation. So that's the context of the question. So yung tanong niya was,
what impact is this going to have on all of the other outs? Particularly, because hindi ganun kalayo yung XRP from, say, Solana, from Tezos, from a lot of these ICO coins of 2017. That's all kind of from the same batch of marketing.
Siguro I would say just a few things regarding the asset itself, no? So when we talk about XRP, it's known for cross-border payments and settlements, no? And first and foremost, of course, there is going to be a reaction to the prices. There will be, of course, you wouldn't know if it's pump and dump or a dump and pump until such time that it's already there, it's nearing that event, no? Because of course, as what happened in the recent FOMC event, no, you saw the fluctuation. It's really something that's unusual in your day-to-day trading life, no. But for me, no, what I look at pagka ganyan yung situation is the fundamentals. No, I look into that, and of course, okay, if that happens, anong impact nito sa token? Dahil ginagamit ba yung token in the process? Is it going to add more clients to them and stuff like that? So it becomes long term. No? And I would say if that happens, it would be good for XRP. If they win the case, no, it's going to be good for them. But I wouldn't look into the short term. I would look into the long term. Because by looking at the long term and assessing myself, if it's okay for me to risk something buying XRP, I would do it. No. But if you're going to do that just for the fluctuation, then you have to go back to checking and looking into the technicals when it happens, which is hard to do. So again, it goes back to you as a trader, because basically it's zero sum. It's zero sum. When someone wins, someone loses. You wouldn't know until the event happens, or even a hint of what could happen would affect the whole trade, the fluctuation of the prices, the volatility. But for me, if you're going to look at it long term, it's better, right? So I would say for me, what I would do is that I would wait until the decision happens, and then I'll find a position if I'm going to go in or not. If I'm holding it and hoping that it go up, I would reassess myself because there's a possibility of it going down if they don't win the case. So what I do is I de-risk myself and wait for the decision. It's not about getting the lowest and the highest, buying at the lowest point and selling it at the highest point. It's you being profitable again. So if your chances of winning is really low, wait for that moment. For me, that's for me.
Guys, may I know what's in may XRP? Anyone who's holding XRP just want to understand the sentiment. I just want to. So walang bububog sa akin mamaya. Okay, so yeah, this topic's very controversial, no? So, may I know, sir, are you like bullish ba tayo? For you, my question, bullish ka ba? How about you, sir? How about the others who's holding XRP? Bullish ba tayo? Bullish? Yeah, bullish. So, if you guys are bullish, in confluence of what he mentioned, wait for the long term. Kasi, why long term? Technical wise, price will consolidate. So, but nobody knows how long is long. That's something that we cannot really answer. But one thing for sure, if we enter bull market, papasok ulit yung new money, expect everything to float, no? So kahit yung mga shitcoins, they float in bull market eh. So I didn't expect, to be honest, na lilipat ulit yung XRP, but it did. So yeah, possibly there might be a new generation of people who believe in XRP. They bought in, they consider it as a new money. Then if you're currently on the position, you probably can sell that. So I think that's the best thing that I can say because when it comes to legal, I think and everything, Louis is the best say to that part.
Siguro mainly technical perspective na lang ako. In terms of legal, idea talaga. So, for XRP, it's basically inverse correlated siya with BTC. So, back in 2018, BTC is retracing, but XRP is going to the upside. And that's one thing I've observed in terms of XRP BTC pairs. So, yeah, and then just to add lang dun sa catalyst na positive catalyst with Coach Emman. I just see this news from IHS Market, wherein in 2025, 10% of the world's global GDP will be stored on the blockchain. And isa sa nakikita ko na, I think the blockchain, yung mabilis na transactions that something like XRP, other coin, something like that. So, maybe, stellar. So, yun, siguro malaking catalyst din yun, if ever. So, excluding kung ano yung issues right now, if we look for a long-term perspective, something like ganun yung scenario na 10%, ang laki ng global GDP. Sure. So, yun, 2025, yun lang yung nabasa. As per IHS Market, which is something like a research company partnered with S&P Global. So, yeah.
Okay. Shall we wrap things up then? I think we've got let's just wrap things up. Final words then, I guess, from everyone. We'd love to see where we can follow you on CT on crypto Twitter or by the sa Facebook. I think we're okay. This is the Philippines after all, so Facebook is fine. Emman, you want to start?
For those who want to follow me, just go to Facebook and look for cryptocurrency trader. Make sure the link is correct because there's a lot of fake links that will bug you and ask for investment. Kunyari, tuturuan ka daw mag-trade, but you have to make sure. I don't ask anything for, please double check. Please double check.
And so siguro another goal ng YouTube channel ko is to be unique crypto fortune other than that na username na merong mga underscore whatnot is scam. So Facebook, Twitter, tsaka YouTube crypto fortune. Yan. So,
I myself am on CT, crypto Twitter, so you can follow me at Frantic, FRANTICK.
For me naman, it's better that you follow Tetrix network rather than because I'm not that active. I'm usually the consumer, no? So follow us on all social medias and stay tuned to all the news.
Yeah. So I have a page. It's called Rooting for Celeste. It's on Facebook. I'm not active right now. My designer is taking his time. Luis is my designer. Going to help me redesign my brand, but I'll be making more content soon. I create content on trading, finance, psychology, of course, and generally lifestyle. Like Emman said, if someone starts messaging you pretending to be me, test nyo muna. Ask that person ano yung favorite anime mo ngayon. Ang sagot doon, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay, so at Hello Luis on Twitter and Facebook. And other than the Web3 Summit, which is happening here in Draper Startup House in late October, we also have the Philippine Web3 Festival that is a 1 week long celebration of all things NFT, P2E, DeFi, gaming, what other buzzwords do we have? Everything that has to do with Web3 and the metaverse. We are hosting it along with our friends at Blockchain Space. It is happening all over BGC. So if you're interested, please head on over to phweb3festival.com. You just look it up, very easy to find it, phweb3festival.com for tickets right now. That's the show. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.
Okay, guys, so that was fun. That was really informative. We're gonna have a 10-minute intermission and then we'll proceed to the teams that will be pitching. So yeah, please indulge yourselves with beer, soda, bottled water, unfortunately, cafe 75 is closed. Also, guys, Christmas came early for Alibaba. So, during intermission, I will be asking a few questions or maybe a bring me game. Let's see, let's see. But yeah, paunahan to ha. So yeah, 10-minute intermission. We'll be doing this during the intermission. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're gonna play Bring Me first. I'm gonna need you to run right here. So first one to get here will win something. Do you want to win a prize? Yeah. Christmas came early. Apparently, Alibaba's Christmas is September. Okay, so game. Okay. First one. Bring me a beer. Joke lang, joke lang. Okay. Bring me a calling card. Calling card. Ah, bilis ah. Bilis na. Uy, hindi naman yun. Ayun. Ayun, akala ko kunin ko. Alright. Next one. Okay. This one is for the people who participated early into the program. Bring me a Draper Startup House POAP of DSH. The POAP of DSH. Oh, inom na.
Oh, he got it.
Aba, magaling. Just choose anything. Okay. Bring me a pair of eyeglasses. Oh, come here. You have to come here. First one to come here. Okay, choose. Yeah. Cool. Congrats. Okay. Bring me an NFT. First one here on stage that can present me an NFT will get an Alibaba gift. NFT guys, NFT. Ooh. Oh wow, thanks. Okay, cool. Oh wow, you got a cap. That was a nice one. That was a nice one. Okay, sige. Bring me a beer bottle. Okay? Ay, nakita ko yun. Nakita ko yun. Nice one. This one was about to grab it. Nice. Cool. Okay. Bring me an Android phone. Android phone. Come here, persona, come here. Sorry. Next one. Yeah. Okay. Sige. Bring me. Let's make it easy. Bring me. Bring me a stranger. Someone you haven't met yet. Wow. Congrats. Match 2015. Yeah. Okay, so final prize. The bag na. Oy, maganda to ah. Alibaba bag. Sinabi talaga na giveaway talaga yan. Okay. I will not make it a bring me, but rather a question. So, question to. Very important question. Whoever raises his or her hand first and answers it, the first one to come here and say the question on the mic. The answer on the mic will win the Alibaba Cloud bag. Okay, sige. You have to run here, ah. No pushing. Okay. Okay, we have the question. So again, do not push, do not shove. You have to run here, say the answer to the mic for everyone to hear. Okay. How many entrepreneurs does DSH want to enable? Nakatambay. Wow, grabe si Felix. Panalo talaga Tetrix. Okay. Thanks guys. So, we'll be starting in around 5-6 minutes. Get your drink. Bathroom break or bathrooms here, or you could go up the stairs there.